The Disruptive Chamber. Not your average YouTube channel, not your average podcast, causing radical change in the way you think, speak, and feel. Let's disrupt some things. Our churches need a disruption. Our world needed disruption. Our homes needed disruption. Are you ready? Purpose cleaning. What is purpose cleaning? Cleaning and decluttering what's in your house. What's in your house? Not your actual house, but your house, which is you. What is cluttered in your house that's caused you not to walk into your purpose? Purpose cleaning. Start cleaning some things out. God has created something inside of you. Yes, you. You. He's created purpose inside of you. Fulfillment. Those who are singers, actors, creatives, graphic designers, logo designers, web designers, directors. There's purpose. Pastor, teacher, preacher, whatever you are, right? Purpose. Your God-given purpose. How do you fulfill your purpose? Start decluttering some things. We have to do some spring cleaning. Spring cleaning some things out of our life. You know what happens around springtime. We start getting rid of things that we've held on for like years of building things up in our life, right? That's what we do when we start doing a spring cleaning in our homes, right? We start getting rid of things, stuff we had when we was probably 7 years old that we have not. This is my favorite toy that I don't want everyone to get rid of. Only one wheel on the four-wheeler, right? Only one wheel is working. All the other wheels are shaky. Purpose cleaning. Your purpose. What are you cleaning out of there? That's causing you so you can fulfill the purpose that God has placed inside of you. Psalms 138 verse 8 says this: "For he will fulfill his purpose concerning you. His faithful love endures forever. God, do not abandon the works of your hands." God will fulfill his purpose in your life, but what are you getting rid of? Or what's blocking you from fulfilling that purpose? What is cluttering you? What has been around you? People, thoughts, places, right? Let's deal with people first. God told Abraham, "I'm going to make you a father to the nations, but I need you to do this walk by yourself. I don't need you to bring anybody with you. But I got my favorite cousin. You know what I'm saying? That favorite cousin that you had that you don't want to let go, or that favorite friend that you feel like they're part of your purpose, and God is saying, no, I need you to detach from them because they're going to stop you from fulfilling the purpose I've called you to, your assignment I have for you, your destiny, your journey. They cannot go along with this journey that I'm taking you. I need you to remove them out of your life." People could be cluttered because they'll start giving their ideas of where God is taking you. I'm going to say it again. People will give their ideas of where God is taking you. You and God had a conversation, right? That's where your prayer life comes in now. Y'all had a good conversation where your life is going, right? People could either they can come along and push what God is giving you, or they will try to detour and try to say, I don't think you should do it that way, right? Those type of people, you need to, they're cluttered because they start feeding you things, right? And so now you're in your head. God, did you really tell me this? God, did you really tell me to go this way? Declutter. Clean out some things in your house. That's one thing. People, right? That's where we're dealing with people first, right? People, and the things that they think, the way they think, the way they go. Because the way they go is not maybe the way God is telling you to go. The way they're putting things together is not the way God is telling you to put things together. People. And then once they start speaking, then all these thoughts come into your head. That's the second one, thoughts. What are thoughts? Let me say, the Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is he. So you're allowing people to feed you with all these things and all these thoughts in your head that you should have went this way. You should have been on blue instead of red. You know what I'm saying? You should have picked the color yellow instead of green, right? And God said, no, I told you to stay with yellow. Don't hop on green. Green is not the way you're going. They should be going on green, but not you. So all these words, all these thoughts come into play that needs to be removed out of your life, right? Words, right? Words can be clutter, right? Even wrong words, the things that people say, like I'm saying the laughter, I'm saying the sarcasm in their laugh, them not believing in you, right? Causes these words to become clutter. So now, as you're going at the pace you're going at, then you begin to slow the pace down. What are you removing out of your life? What's in your house? Your house, you're the house. What's in your house that you need to remove out of your life that's caused you not to fulfill your purpose? Purpose cleaning. I want to fulfill your purpose, God says. I want to fulfill Psalms 138, verse 8. He will fulfill his purpose. He wants to fulfill his purpose concerning you. But what do you need to remove out of your life? What environments that you're in that's causing you not to even walk into your full fulfillment or your purpose that God has called you? Because environments play a key too as well, I've learned. Like, if you're around environments that are constantly toxic and negative, right? You will never, ever walk into where God is taking you to, because you're always going to be focused on the negative parts of what's going around you. I tell people all the time, if you're just going to 3 spots all the time and they know you everywhere you go, then you need to find you a fourth spot that will challenge you, that will take you out your comfort zone, that will make you go and drive and pull. It's funny because me and my wife, we love to go places. We like to go further out. My wife can. We like to go whenever we feel like we've been cluttered. Like, we'll go. I said, babe, let's go to Malibu. Let's go to the beach. She's a beach person, so if she goes to the beach, her mind just fully opens up, right? Shout out to my wife that always says, let's go to the beach. She's her and my daughter, I call them water babies, right? They love to go to the beach, and they will stay on the beach like all day long. Like, they will, from morning to night, they'll be there, right? I'm like it's time to go. Let's go do something else. I have enough sand, right? I have enough sand, but it opens them up though. Like, that helps her to declutter, remove all the toxicity that she's dealt with, everything that she's felt, the words, the things that that's her place of like this decluttering, so she can start walking into her purpose. My thing, we love to travel too as well. So like my daughter had her passport at the age of 3. Like, passport, she has stamps in her passport, right? Age of 3. And she thinks she thinks we should be traveling. I love her because she thinks we should be traveling like once a month. Like, when are we going on the plane somewhere? Are we going to another country? Like, but her knowing that now is part of her, like, she helps her to declutter like things that's going on around her too as well. Like, we went to go hang out. We went to the mall, right? And that's one of her I guess her spa days is the mall. She gets her favorite ice cream, right? It's part of her purpose in life. She gets Yogurtland, and she gets to hop on the Ferris wheel, right? That's her decluttering, like her being inside the house. Like, because when she's inside the house, I can tell that she's been cluttered because she started jumping and bouncing all over the walls and trying to hop on my furniture and stuff. I'm like, oh, you need to get out. We need to get you outside. We need to get you outside. Like, you've been cluttered for so long inside here. Let's get you so she can burn all that energy off, right? And then she can come back and she'll be at peace. A lot of times when you're purpose cleaning and you're decluttering, right, and you're removing like toxic things in your life, right? When you do that, you get to have that woosah moment. So it's moment. I do that moment, right? You do the moments, right? Where, like, okay, now all this stuff that I've been dealing with, right? I get a chance to do a spring cleaning, and now I can think better, right? Because when you start to clutter, you're better to think and process things better. Okay, what's my next move so I can walk into my now moment? I'm gonna say it again. What's my next move so I can walk into my now moment? When you're decluttering things, when you're purpose cleaning, you're doing your next move to walk into your now moment. Your now moment. your purpose? What is your now moment? Right? Where's God taking you now? You've done the next already. You've done the next. You've written a vision. You've done all these things, right? You made it plain, right? Now it's time to declutter, right? When is the last time you've done this? Some of us need to probably do it either once a year, every 6 months. Like even removing people, like I said, some people, everybody can't be in our lives the whole moment of our life. They're only for a set moment, and it's okay. It's okay. You might see them on the next go around, but you have to be okay. I think we try to please people so much. We keep them, and it's like more baggage. Erykah Badu used to say this. I know you guys would be like, he's talking about Erykah Badu on a Christian podcast, right? No, Erykah Badu said, bag lady, you're gonna hurt your back, dragging all them bags like that, right? What bags are you carrying? What are you carrying inside of you that's hurting you, that's caused you not to fulfill your purpose, right? What are you carrying? Who are you carrying, right? What words are you carrying that's causing you to hurt, that's causing you to hurt your back? That's causing you not to fulfill your purpose. Purpose cleaning. Cluttered thoughts. What negative thoughts are you allowing just to sit in your head like a piece of old furniture with one arm working and the other arm is wiggly, right? Some of us, right, it's funny because I've heard stories like pastors say when they get married, right, they have this old furniture they want to bring with them from them being single. It's like, yo, one arm is working, the other arm is the other arm is duct taped, right? And this is what bad thoughts are. Negative thoughts are old furniture that's wiggly. It's barely holding up, but because you bought it and it's been part of your life for so long, you've literally caused it to be part of your purpose. Can we salvage the old furniture in our life? Grandma's furniture with that plastic on it? That's for some of you old heads. Y'all don't know. Some of you new heads don't know about that. But for old heads, look, my grandmother had plastic on her furniture, right? On her furniture, because she didn't want to mess up the new stuff. So she literally had plastic on it. Some of you guys got plastic on your purpose. Wow. Some of you guys are trying to protect the purpose and putting old plastic on your purpose that makes that squeaky sound, that throw things off. And God said, can you unplastic your purpose? It's clutter. That plastic is clutter. There's no freshness about it. When you're cluttered, there's nothing fresh about you. There's nothing new about you. Them cluttered thoughts, them negative thoughts, those words that you've allowed to infiltrate your life, the people that you've allowed to be around you that always, every time you get with them, they're constantly talking negative, or they constantly ask you, you think that's going to work? Where God has told you it's going to work, but he gave you the vision. He's giving you the plan. God told me this. He said, Tony, I'm sending you runners. I said, God, what are runners? He said, Habakkuk says this, write the vision, make it plain so that men will look at it and they will run with it. Not run off with it, but run with it. Tony, I'm sending you runners, but I need you to declutter some things so the people that can run with it, they're going to run with old way of thinking, old thoughts, because I'm giving you something new. Your purpose is new, Tony. Your purpose is fresh. Tony, this podcast that you started is part of your purpose. This idea that we had when you were praying and we had this conversation, you said, and I gave you the disruptive chamber. You said Tony, you didn't want some churchy type of sound. I gave you the disruptive chamber. Tony, I gave you that. Now I need to remove all the clutter, right? So I can start sending people your way, right? That can run with your purpose. So I need you to declutter yourself. Declutter your thoughts, Tony. Stop thinking that people don't want to work with you, Tony. Right? That's part of the clutter, Tony, because you thinking everybody don't want to work with you. Like, that's part of the clutter. Everybody, That's part of the clutter. I said, oh, Tony. I said, and last one of the episodes, trust issues. That was part of my clutter. The clutter. I need you to remove that. Do some spring cleaning. Get the wax the floors. Wax Swifter. Get the Swifter. Clean out, Tony. Right. So I can fulfill your purpose, because I told you I want to fulfill your purpose. Right. I want to fulfill your purpose. I need you to forget about those things. Philippians 3:13 and 14. Right. Paul says this to the Philippians church. He said, one thing I tell you, that forgetting those things that are behind you, pressing forward to the things that are ahead of you, there's purpose ahead of you. There's purpose ahead of you. But I need you to forget everything that you've gone through. I need you to forget all the clutter, all these things that's causing you not to fulfill your purpose. There's some people I'm going to need you to get rid of, Tony. Yes, you've had them. Some of them are some really... But right now, Tony, for your purpose, I need you to do this by yourself. Wow. Purpose, right? When you're purpose cleaning, you're actually cleaning by yourself. And that's scary sometimes. Some people, they want people to help them clean. They want to hire a cleaning service, right? To clean. How can you hire a cleaning service to clean out your life? That was good, right? Was that good? You're hiring a cleaning service to clean out your life. The only person knows about your life is you and me. How can you hire somebody to clean out something that you know that needs to be removed out of your life? Purpose cleaning. Removing clutter. Ecclesiastes 3:6 says this: a time to search and a time to cut loss. A time to keep and a time to throw away. What are you supposed to keep and what are you throwing away? Because as you're removing things, God is saying this. God is he's a God that does not just leave you out there. He says, look, this is what I'm going to need you to keep. This is what I'm going to need you to throw away. I don't need you to throw away everything, but there's some things I'm going to need you to throw away. Like that old chair that has a shaky armrest that every time you have to buy some duct tape to keep it together. Like, I need you to get rid of that. Yeah, you had it when you were a bachelor. Yeah, you had it when it was your favorite. It was your first purchase, right? Right? You know what I'm saying? Your first idea. We never want to get rid of that first idea, right? Like your first purchase. Like, I thought of this idea. No, we thought of this idea. Ooh. A lot of times this is what we do. We think we got it. God gave you that idea. And right, that idea, we start adding to the idea. We saying like, no, I didn't tell you to add to it, so I need you to remove that. Go get the mop and the broom. Go get it. And some things are stained, right? So I got to pull out the steam cleaner to remove that stain, because the clutter becomes a stain now. What's cluttered inside of you right now that's become a stain that you need to pull out the heavy duty thing to remove that stain? Purpose cleaning. What haven't you thrown away that you're holding on to? How do you purpose clean, right? I was like, okay, guys, so how do you purpose clean then? God be giving me these metaphors, because I'm into hip hop, so I be getting these metaphors. Shout out to the hip hop heads out there, right? Right. He said, check your supply chain. Your supply chain. He said, what is it? What do you need to remove out of your life? If you're working at a business, right? In a business, right? You have a supply chain. You have a plethora of things, right? That's been sitting for years, right? And that you need to remove out. If you're gonna any business, right? That's trying to move into the now, they get rid of old things. Either they throw it away or they cut it 50% in half, 75% in half. For those who are shoppers, you go. It's funny because I went to the mall yesterday, and so they had 50% off, right? The entire store, right? Because guess what? They were getting ready for the new season. What supplies are in your life right now that you need to remove? You need to check your supply chain. That's how you get a purpose clean. Check your supply chain. Check what do you need to remove out of your life. Number 2, remove overdue products. What are overdue products? Old thoughts, unproductive relationships, old habits. I'm going to say it again. Remove overdue products. These are overdue products, right? Old thoughts, unproductive relationships, old habits. What are the old habits that you have? Things you keep on repeating yourself and just keep on causing you to stay stuck and not move forward, right? Old habits, unproductive relationships. Every time you get together, it's the same thing, same language, same talk. Nothing's growing out of this relationship. It's all fun. Nothing's growing out of it. All right? Then these old thoughts, right? Remove overdue products. Some stuff you probably have to just give away. I'm just giving it away. It's not who I am. It's not who I should be, right? I'm giving this away. Number 3, fill old inventory with new productive inventory. People, places, and purpose, right? Fill old inventory, because you can't, once you remove these products out, you have to fill it with something. God's going to give you something new. So fill it with something new. If it's a book, pick up a new book, right? Some new books, something that's going to help you get to where you need to get to in life. New people that are going the same way you're going. It's funny because I went to a couple of months ago. I went to a mixer for creatives, right? I went to a mixer for creatives, right? And in this mixer, the guy who owns, I guess he's on Netflix. I guess it was like one of Netflix top movies. He was doing, and I forgot the guy's name, but he I was around people who were speaking the same language as me. So man, things just start triggering. I'm like, yo, I got so excited about doing a disruptive chamber. Like, what do you do? You know, I'm in production, But after a while, after I left, I'm like, yo, the disruptive chamber is gonna be fire. It's gonna be something great. I got rid of old inventory, but I filled it with something new. I filled it with productive people that were speaking the same language as me, people that were go-getters and drivers. It was funny because I was there at that thing, right? Because God has called me to the prophetic, so I'm not going to even shy away from it. Don't cut this out or edit this out. But yeah, God has called me to the prophetic, right? And so I was in there, right? And literally people they were just coming up to me, and I was just talking to them and stuff. And then God began to start speaking to me. I'm like, oh God. I said, listen, it was a Christian production mixer, but I was like, I don't know how people feel about it, the prophetic. And so I'm like, okay, here we go. God is telling me to speak to these people, right? And literally, as I began to speak what God was telling me to speak to their lives, I mean, I had a guy crying. It's like, you don't even know what you're saying right now. Because the language that I was speaking was something new to him that he's never heard before, right? So because he removed all the bad thoughts and was receiving new things coming in, he literally now I know what God is calling me to do. See, when you begin to remove old inventory out of your life and we start filling with new things, God begins to start downloading new things into your life to the point that your purpose, now you're walking into your purpose now. You're fulfilling the purpose that he's given you, right? So fill old inventory with new productive inventory. Then number 4, move forward and watch out for things that will try to pull you backwards to your old season. As you're moving forward, watch out, because the enemy's gonna try to bring in new different things, little things to try to sliver in to pull you back into who you are, who you used to be, to try to not allow you to change your season. We have to change our season. I'm learning that every season is something different. Summer has its season, the winter has its season, the fall has its season, spring has its season. I'm not going to wear a puffy jacket in the summertime. Not in Southern California, I'm not. Because I'm get heat stroke, right? Because, especially in September, that's when it starts getting to 110, you know what I'm saying, 105, right? And if you go to Arizona, don't even go to Arizona with a jacket. You shouldn't even go there with a jacket at all. Because, listen, you're going to fall out. You're literally going to fall out. All you need is some flip-flops, sandals, and some sunscreen to make sure that you don't burn. But as you're moving forward, right, I'm telling you, as you move forward, watch out for those signs. Because the enemy will try to bring signs in to try to cause you to lose out on what God is telling you to do. He's going to try to reclutter you. So you have to cast down those thoughts, cast down those imaginations, right? The word of God that exalts itself against the knowledge of God. His knowledge in knowing who you are. Him telling you who you are. You have to cast those thoughts down. 1 Peter 2:9, you are a royal priesthood, a chosen generation, my prized possession. Fill it with scriptures. Fill it with scriptures. Fill it with especially if you're in whatever genre or lifestyle that you're in that God is taking you to. Fill it with that type of things, like even books and stuff. John Maxwell has a book about habits, right? Habits, right? And so I was gifted this book. Shout out to the book that was gifted to me. Right? And shout out to episode 7. I wore a t-shirt, right? Designed by Jen, right? She took my logo and designed a t-shirt for me. Shout out to her. I told her I was gonna shout her out, but I'm shouting her out. Listen, shout out to the creativity inside of her and how she's decluttered herself and start walking into her purpose. Creativity. Why? Wow, right? But guess what? Something sparked that. She started moving forward, right? And start being around people who are creatives, right? But celebrated her creativity, right? Because when you're decluttering people who's not celebrating you. When you declutter, you're decluttering people who don't celebrate you too as well. You want people to celebrate you. You try to be around people that you think are going to celebrate you, right? And they're like, oh, okay. People don't start. And I've learned this. People don't start celebrating you till you're big, right? So it's right. Till you got 1 million followers, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, we need to work together, right? It's funny, right? And it's funny because God has always gravitated me and pulled me to people who have not made it, right? But God has given me, I guess, the verbiage or the words to speak life into them as if they've already made it, right? Purpose. So when you're moving forward, right, you're now surrounding yourself around people who will speak life into you, who won't allow you just to settle for mediocrity, right? Because anything less to be uncivilized. Remember that commercial of Grey Poupon? When the guy would drive by, he'd drive by the commercial, he'd pull the Grey Poupon. This is the finest of mustards. All it was a spicy mustard. That's all it really was, right? But the guy, anything less to be uncivilized, right? Hope I don't get flack for that. But yeah, but guys, purpose cleaning. You're decluttering. You're removing thoughts, people, environments that will cause you not to walk into what God has called you. I want to pray this prayer that God begins to really speak life into you even greater, and that you begin to remove clutter out of your life that will cause you not to walk into your greater. Father, I thank you for everyone that's on here. I thank you for everyone, every creative, every athlete, Lord, pastor, preacher, whatever you are, whatever God has called you to, singer, director, storyteller, influencer. Father, I pray that, Lord, as they begin to start doing purpose cleaning, they're removing clutter. Hair designer. Lord, as they're removing clutter out of their lives, God, creatives. Lord, that you are now filling it with the right people. You're filling it with the right situation. Lord, you're giving them the right where to go, what to say, where to move. Father, I thank you that everyone that's on here, Father, Lord, that you will fulfill their purpose, God. Lord, they will see you in their situation, and they'll remove what's not of you out. God, you are the Father who created us for purpose. You told Jeremiah, before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you, God. So you knew us before we were formed in our mother's womb. For us to be something, to be great. For some of us, the marketplace. For some of us, Father, it's legislation. For some of us, Father, it's the court. For some of us, it's basketball, football, whatever it is, Father. Lord, you've created purpose inside of us, God, and we're removing the clutter. Lord, that you will show us what's cluttering us, Father. I pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. Till next time, let's be disrupted. And we're done.